Yes, my dudes, I'm Alex and thanks for checking out another beat breakdown. Today we're going to be looking at Donny McCaslin, Stadium Jazz, Mark Guiliana on drums, and he's one of my favourite drummers of all time, man. And we're going to be looking at a live version, taken from his video for Vic Firth Spotlight. Now this groove is definitely still a work in progress for me, but let's check it out and then see if we can break it down together. What a banger. So much dynamic control there from Mark Guiliana. It really is super inspiring. So the track isn't played to a metronome, but it's roughly 135 BPM. So we'll learn the A and the B section, but we'll learn the A section first, so let's jump straight into it. The A section is in 6/4 time, and really it's just based around some common rudiments. So what we're going to do is we're going to split it into two halves, and then we'll gradually piece it all together. In the first half, what we've got is some doubles, right, right, left, left, half of a paradiddle, right, left, right, right, and some singles, left, right, left. So that's going to be counted 1E and a 2E and a 3E and. So to get things started, all we're going to do is put our right stick up on the bell of the ride cymbal, and leave our left stick down on the snare drum. And what I'll do is I'll just loop it round at half speed, and then we'll see if we can push it up to full speed. In the second half, we've got one right hand by itself, then some doubles, right, right, left, left, singles, right, left, and a group of three in the right hand to finish off. Now the way that we're going to orchestrate that group of three is 2 notes on the main part of the ride and 1 note up on the bell of the ride. Altogether, we're going to count that half, 4 and a 5E and a 6E and. So before we piece the whole pattern together, it really is worth a mention that the dynamics that I've written on the notation is definitely there to be viewed as a rough guide. Mark Guiliana is super controlled, but really fluid when he plays, and I would advise trying to gel with the overall vibe of the track, rather than being really rigid about individual notes. At the end of the day, all of this could be improvised, slightly different every time anyway, but either way, jump onto your kit and see if you can play along with me. The next step is to add our bass drum in there. First half of the bar, we're literally going to play a bass drum with every single right hand. In the second half of the bar, we're going to play the bell by itself on beat 4. And I would almost think of that moment as like a breath before the madness starts again. From there, we've got bass drums on the and the of beat 4, the and of beat 5, and the E of beat 6. Now, as mental as all of that sounds, hopefully it will become a bit more clear when we play it on the kit. fact that Mark Guiliana can play that so cleanly, at such a low volume, and still getting his dynamics popping is super impressive, man. And from there's so much that you can do with it. So you could keep quarter notes going with your left foot on the hi-hat. You could try out loads of different textural options, see if you can bring out different accents, see if you can follow some of the hits that the other musicians are playing. I would definitely recommend watching the whole video, I'll put a link below, and taking some influence from Mark Guiliana and then seeing if you can make it your own. But this is what the groove's based around. So for now, let's move on to the B section. In the B section, it's the same tempo, but we're going to change into 4/4 time. And what's important here are the hits. So we've got a 4-bar phrase. In the first bar, we've got hits on beat 1, the of beat 2, and the E of beat 4. In the second bar, we've just got a hit on beat 2 of the bar. The third bar is the exact same as the first, and the fourth bar is almost the same as the second, but we're also going to play an extra hit on the E of beat 4. So what I'll do is I'll play the hits by themselves with the metronome so you can hear the placement, and then second time around, I'll play the hits again, but I'll fill some of that space in between. And it's definitely worth bearing in mind that Mark Guiliana most likely plays this slightly differently every time. So I would jump onto your kit, have an experiment, see what you can come up with. Nice work, my dudes. In a second, I'll play you out by piecing both sections together. But if you're digging the videos, hit the subscribe button because I'm bringing a new one out every single Wednesday at 12 PM. And I need you in that Wednesday crew, man. But for today, this one's a bit bad boy, mate. Mark Guiliana, Donny McCaslin, Stadium Jazz.